This is Mishka. He's a 6-year-old Ukrainian boy that has had to fight against heart disease from the day he was born. He managed to come to Israel where Israeli doctors from the Safra Children's Hospital at Sheba Medical Center are helping him fight for his life.
It is a long story which started in 2017, the year Mishka was born. It was in Kyiv, and back then Ukrainian doctors could not help us. My good friends told us that in Israel there was one of the best children's hospitals in the world.
Mishka's medical case is not an easy one.
He was born with a very complex congenital heart disease with problems with almost all his valves, with his pulmonary veins. The first challenge was how to address it in the first operation and to operate it. Unfortunately, after the first operation, he needed another one who was about like 8 months old. The second operation that was done, we put a mechanical valve, which also imposed a problem that later on in the future we know that we will have to replace this valve. And even if the valve completely functions well, by the time he's going to be 6, it's going to be too small for him. And this is exactly what happened.
In May, Mishka started feeling unwell, so the family rushed to the hospital in the Ukrainian city of Dnipro, where it turned out his heartbeat rate was at a high of 220. Immediately, they got in touch with doctors in Israel and started the difficult and dangerous travel to reach Israel.
We found an ambulance that brought us from Dnipro to Odessa. From there we reached Bucharest, and only there we took a plane to Tel Aviv. At this time, paramedics were with us, including a Ukrainian paramedic. The whole way from Dnipro to Bucharest took us 2 days. We could not stop on the way, and we were driving day and night. And also an ambulance could not drive at high speed. It was a difficult passage. Now in Ukraine, there aren't any areas without bombing. There are strikes on our cities every day. It is dangerous, but when it comes to saving your child's life, you do even the impossible.
In Israel, an ambulance was waiting for Mishka at the airport, and it brought him straight to the hospital.
The surgery lasted for 6 hours, and Dr. Michel implanted a valve in Mishka's heart. It was the size of one for a grown-up person. For me, it is a miracle. Though the surgery was very successful, Mishka's heart was tired after 4 previous ones. So doctors took the decision to make another one to implant a pacemaker.
These days, Mishka feels much better, and the doctors are optimistic about his future. And despite all of Mishka's difficulties, he already started having big dreams and wants to become like the people that helped him.
Mishka wants to become a paramedic. He wants to save people's lives. In Ukraine, he visited several times the evacuation facilities, with people being evacuated from Dnipro to Kyiv. There he has seen some soldiers injured. He came to say thank you to the soldiers and to give them his drawings.
And who knows? Maybe one day he will even join the doctors in Safra's Children's Hospital. But for now, he will go back home to Ukraine, joined by a very special friend.
We received this bear as a gift from a psychologist in the hospital. I don't know whether it is true, but they say that once a child from a wealthy American family was treated in Sheba. And after the child was saved, grateful parents decided to give bears as presents to children going through heart surgeries. This bear has some secret. You can open it and see the bear's heart. Now Mishka has a teddy bear friend who is just like him.
Thank you to all the doctors who saved my life.